How Cajun culture shapes interpersonal communication. A look at family, storytelling, and cultural values. Introduction to culture and communication. Culture is the foundation of how we interact with others. Culture, Cajun culture blends French, Creole, and Southern United States influences. They're known for their deep-rooted familial traditions, vibrant storytelling, and shared meals. This study explores how these cultural traits impact interpersonal communications. And I know growing up with like my mom and my grandmother, we always shared meals together. Like we all lived in the same house, and which is really cool. And we all shared meals together, and we always all ate dinner together. And my nana has the most insane stories. Like that was one of my favorite parts growing up was how she shared her life through storytelling and how it made such a big impact on me as well, because now I love to tell other people's stories about my life. And I'm also English major, so yeah. Key cultural communication concepts. Cultural identity shapes how we see ourselves within society. High context communication means, like, depending on how shared experiences and subtly, like, how well you convey your stories and how well you're conveying your message. It can be like micro cues and everything. Like, some people could say things, but it's subtle, but as a micro cue to something else, and also, like, their facial expressions and everything could allude to what they're really trying to say. Collectivism is group harmony and loyalty, and that comes before individual needs. Nonverbal communications is tones, expressions, and physical closeness, which are key. Ethnocentrism can lead to misjudgment and different communication styles, which is how you get a lot of discourse within communities. Storytelling is a big Cajun tradition. This is what my grandmother said. You made them feel it with you. Storytelling evokes shared experience because whenever she tells a story, it's very vibrant, lots of gestures, lots of like facial expressions. So whenever she tells a story, you are immersed in it. It's more than words, it's tone, pacing, gestures tell half the story, reflects high context communication and emotional connection. Used to pass down family history and cultural lessons. Everyday collectivism in Cajun life, caring for others is second nature, hospitality is cultural. Conflict is resolved subtly to preserve group harmony. You never ask, you just showed up with food. Um, like, I know that whenever my neighbors would be sick, my nana would make a ton of food for them and we'd bring it over. And that was also really cool because I was really close with our neighbors growing up. And it was neat because that was also another way we bonded within our community. And then community-based mindset influences everything from parenting to celebrations, which is very true because obviously I lived in a shared household with my mom and my grandmother. So that was fun, founded on community, and we always celebrated even the little things. Cultural resilience through language. French was once banned in schools. Language suppression created generational trauma. My grandmother's family discouraged from teaching French to children. Being too Cajun was frowned upon in wider American society. Despite this, pride in Cajun identity remained strong. I know growing up, I would hear stories from my grandfather that he would be beat on the hand if he spoke French in school. And I just think that's crazy. And I'm happy that now it's like it's died, but also it's still coming back. And I think it's important to preserve that part of our culture. Cajun culture and the seven characteristics: collectivism, family comes first, high context, communication is implicit and emotional, moderately high power distance, elders are deeply respected, polychronic, time is flexible, people come first. It's a feminine culture, which means emphasis on nurturing, collaboration, and support, moderate to high uncertainty avoidance, preference, tradition, and predictability. We're a very indulgent culture. Celebrations, food, and music are very central. Some real life things you can do to help support like Cajun communities is support local Cajun restaurants in your community, like family owned businesses. And you can join or volunteer at Cajun community festivals, promote oral storytelling as a teaching method. Comparing communication styles is mainstream United States, low context, individualistic, monochronic, direct. Cajun culture is high context, collectivist, polychronic, indirect. Bless your heart is a subtle phrase with complex meaning, and then differences can cause misunderstanding without cultural awareness. Conclusion: culture is not just inherited, it's lived daily through communication. Cajun culture highlights emotional connection, storytelling, and group care. Understanding communication differences builds empathy and bridges gaps. Respecting traditions allows all cultures to become a shared society. Thank you.